Okay, so today we're going to be building something really simple. We're just going to be creating an endpoint that returns some sort of response to us. Now we're going to be using Python as our language, AWS as our cloud provider, and the Serverless Framework to help build and deploy our service. Now in AWS terms, to build something like this, what we would need is a Lambda function to return some sort of response, and we need some sort of event to trigger the Lambda function, and in this case we want an HTTP request, which will be handled by API Gateway. So let's go ahead and start. All you need to do is type in serverless-h. Now if you don't have this installed already, install it globally and you'll be able to run it from anywhere. I'm interested in the create command here, so let's clear that up, and we are going to do serverless create-h. Now we just want to find out what sort of options we have when we're creating a new project. Cool, so we have a bunch of them. We have template, and we need to find AWS Python 3, which is what we want to do, and path will be useful to us. So we're just going to write serverless create --template AWS Python, and path is just going to be my service new. Cool. So the serverless framework is going to go ahead and create us some code, and let's go into there. Yes, we do have some code. I'm just going to use PyCharm to open this up for us. So I'm just looking for it off screen here. My service new. Cool. Cool, so we're going to ignore that, and we have handler.py. Now this is the Python code that's going to go into our Lambda function. Okay, so it's very simple. It just takes the event and sends it right back to us in the response, and that's absolutely fine. That's all we want to do. Like I said, we just want to return something to us once we hit an endpoint. Cool, so this is going to be a more interesting file to look at. It is the serverless.yaml file, and this is where we define our infrastructure that we want to use, but as code. Now, you can scroll down here, you can see, actually I think I used Python 2, I must have just forgotten to do AWS-Python 3 as a template. That's fine, that's not a big deal. Scroll down, you can see we have functions, and hello, and handler. Now this is where we define a Lambda function by the name of hello, and we just point it to the Python file. Now, what we want to do is trigger this function using our request. We can just uncomment this, which is events. You can see we're going to use HTTP, and we can define a path. We can just leave that as is for now, and we're going to use a simple get request. Now, I'm just going to get rid of the rest of this boilerplate here because we do not need it. In fact, the one thing I want to keep from here is this bit, which is stage, its dev, and region is going to be EU-3. EU West, I believe it is. Let me just double check that. And yep, EU-West-3. Cool. Now I can get rid of this as well. We do not need that, and all this stuff at the top too. So you can see how really simple this is. It's just 16 lines of YAML that is going to set up our Lambda function and set up API Gateway as well. So if we go back to git bash, let's do SLS this time, because SLS is just a shortcut for serverless. It's just a lot easier to manage, and I'm going to hit deploy. So hopefully that goes ahead and deploys our service. Now what exactly this does is it packages up our code and puts it into AWS. The reason why this is working for me is because I already have set up my credentials. It's part of the whole setup process, so when you install serverless, you will have to go through this stuff. But it's very simple. Now, in part of this deployment process, just remember it's packaging everything. So that means if you have dependencies or some sort of assets, it will package it up as well, unless you are explicit and say you want to exclude certain things. Okay, but we can tackle that in a later video. So now what this is doing is it's actually taking the YAML file, converting it into CloudFormation template, and AWS is able to read it. You can see uploading CloudFormation file and validating templates, updating stack. So what it's doing is it's bringing up all the resources we require. At this moment, we need API gateway and we need Lambda, just a Lambda function. I don't think it will require anything else. So this may take some time. Let's go back here. Yeah, it's quite annoying that I use Python 2.7, but it's not a big deal for now. And if we go back to here, why this is good is that the event is just going to be sent back to us, and that's what we want. Okay, let's go back to our terminal. So apparently it has done that for us. You can see that it's even given us a URL to use our GET request on, and it should bring back some stuff in theory. So let's try to curl that response, and if we just attempt to hit it. Good, so it's come back with some data. Now I know this looks like gibberish, but it's just the JSON data that we told it to come back. Now you can see we have input, which is what we are interested in. So if we just go back to PyCharm, you can see here we have message and input. Okay, status code and body, and JSON dumps is just going to be the body. So we want the event. Okay, I'll tell you why in a second. So we have input. Let's see if I can just find message. Request context. Actually, I'm just gonna copy all of this, and I'm gonna go back to PyCharm and just let's see if you guys can see this or not. I'm not sure. I'll just bring it down. New scratch file, and that's just going to be JSON. I'm going to paste it in there. So this is a lot easier to read now. So this is what it comes back with. So we have a whole bunch of stuff. Cool, looking good. I think we can just take this in its entirety. I believe so. And what we're going to do is go to AWS Explorer, and we're going to go to our default stuff, and we're going to go to Paris. Now you may be wondering, what is this AWS Explorer? It's not in your PyCharm. All this is just the AWS plugin. Really useful, and I'm going to show you why. You can see here that we have our new My Service new-dev. Now, usually when you bring up a project, you would go to the AWS console in your browser, and you may want to check to see if your stack has come up. Well, over here, we can see right in our IDE using this plugin that our update has complete, and we have a new Lambda function. So what's going to be really interesting is we can try to run this Lambda function. And let's just paste this in. I'm not too sure exactly if it's going to work, but let's try it. Hit run, and cool, we have a response. So that's perfect. So not only can we go through the terminal and curl a GET request to the endpoint and get some data back, we can also do it in our IDE. Now, why would you want to do it in your IDE? One, it's super quick to actually get back a response. But more importantly, when you're developing and you make a mistake, or you want to debug something and you print something to, let's say, CloudWatch as an example, when you use something like Postman or your browser, you're not going to have the entire data come back to you. What you're going to have is just, I believe it's just an error code. I'm not too sure exactly, but over here you will see the output. So you'll see your logs. And that's really, really useful when developing Lambda functions. So I hope this tutorial was good enough. It's very simple, just to get you up and running with the serverless framework. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Thank you.